You ever have two guys using two different tape measures to come, like, wonder why your measurements aren't quite working out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bitch, isn't it?
Especially when it's some old dude, because you know he's been using the same one for 30 years.
Oh, yeah, it's just wore out.
Wore out shit, yeah.
Yeah, then you look at it and go, stop pulling it across. Your end's loose.
Yeah, very loose.
We're like 3/8 off, fucker. Jesus.
Oh, fuck, it's fun building shit sometimes, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, welcome in for another episode of the I Shower After Work podcast. Jason is, again, across the table from me in the West Side job trailer. Thanks for making the haul, my man.
No problem, buddy. How was your week?
It was good. Same shit, different day. Working on garage doors, big commercial garage doors. I got 31 of them to hook up in this job site.
Please tell me at least they're closed. It is frigid, man.
Yeah, they are closed, except for one is the one that everybody uses for deliveries.
Oh, sure.
So thank God I'm done with that one. But it was constantly, and they have to run it by chain.
Oh, yeah,
for
sure.
now.
Yeah, for now.
Right.
Yeah.
God, fucking annoying and loud and cold.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a bitter stretch in the Midwest here, folks. At the time of recording, it sucks.
Yeah. While I'm sitting there and I'm looking at them going, will you hurry, please?
Right.
But yeah. Oh, so today, my man, I figured we'd take a little bit different spin.
Yes, this was kind of a listener suggestion.
Yeah, from your good old brother.
Yeah.
One of the OGs of our listenership. So
at least I think it was my brother who suggested this. Folks, my brain's really fucked up. I think it might have been my brother, but it might have just been one of the other listeners.
Maybe,
probably. Now that I hear it out loud, I think he made some other suggestions. I think this was somebody else. Sorry. Hopefully it dawns on me midway through here. I don't mean to step on you right away. If it dawns on me, I'll shout them out.
Yeah, if it does, maybe I misunderstood when you were talking about it. But we don't talk about politics,
right?
Or we try to stay away from politics as much as possible. But what we're going to do this time is some news. We're going to talk about some of the latest news headlines.
We randomly went through, searched the internet, random local, not even local, just new news headlines just to see what out there, because we've said so many times early and often the internet and news is just a dumpster fire.
Oh, God. And depending on when you get your freaking news sources, it's all over the map.
Yeah, it's wild, man. So listen, I like that idea. That should be a lot of fun. Let me get started with a fun one here. This is going to sound mildly racist, folks. I promise it's not.
Okay.
This came from KUTV2, which is an ABC affiliate. Photos and a story. The 6-month-old panda cubs make their public debut in Hong Kong. Why are Asians so fascinated with the baby panda?
Dude, it's not just Asians. Look at those poor fucking things.
See, I agree with what you said. Those poor fucking things.
They're fucking adorable. They're pandas. They're little fluff balls.
So listen, here's the deal, man. The big release, their first public viewing, I guess they're calling it. They were born on August 15th, and it's they are the baby giant panda cubs. So even as babies, they're gigantic things, right?
Dude, they're fucking huge, man.
Yeah, they're huge, right? And they do. I watched some of the videos. I looked at the images. Okay, they're pretty adorable. I'll give you that. They have a giant public competition about what they're going to name these things, which I also think is funny because those can go sideways sometimes.
Oh, funny.
But they've got it open 5 hours a day to meet the little critters, and if somebody wanted to enjoy some of the time with the cubs outside the regular park hours, and when I say people are lining up, man, people are lining up.
Oh, yeah, it's a big deal, man.
Yeah, so you can pay an extra $500 or $1,500 Hong Kong dollars, which I guess is about 190 American, if you want to have some more outside the park hour times, which I guess if you're really into meeting them, a couple $100 to meet the panda cubs. I don't know if you get to play with them or feed them or whatever the deal is. Doesn't say in the article here, but
dude, I'd want nothing to do with that because their claws are still fucking sharp.
Well, again, see, I shouldn't have just said Asian because it always seems to be in Hong Kong that this happens. But I guess when they have one in LA or something, people are usually pretty fascinated. But I just don't understand just because they're cute. Like, I can go pet puppies for free.
Well,
you know
yeah,
I mean?
True.
Yeah, I don't get the fascination. When this one came up, I wanted to just mention it real quick just to get us off on a light note here. Because some of these
big deal, man.
It sure seems like it.
Wow. Yeah, right. They've got souvenirs and all sorts of shit.
No, they're hyping this up. And I wish at the time, because right now they're only referring to them as the elder sister and the little brother.
Right.
Like I say, there's a public competition they're launching to try to figure out what the names are going to be. Obviously, residents can make suggestions.
Yep.
I'll try to follow up on this later to see if they actually come up with interesting names.
Hey, man, let's try not to give them too much shit about that because we name our snowplows around here.
That's true.
Like
I've seen the competitions for those. Some of those are pretty funny, actually, man, where they come up with them. There's been some really clever snowplow names, so that's true.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to give you that one. That makes a lot of sense, right? What about you, brother? What do you see that you thought was kind of interesting?
Well, I'm going to open with over in Chile recently, a kayaker was swallowed by a humpback whale while kayak.
I'm sorry, what?
Swallowed and spit the fuck back out by a humpback whale.
Well, at least spit out.
And it was caught on video. That's the best part about the whole deal. It was actually caught on video by somebody else. Yeah, the gentleman in Chile, he said, "I thought I was dead. I thought it had eaten me and that it had swallowed me." And it literally, like within seconds, spit him back out. Kayak and him.
Okay, that's two questions I think are important. A, was the guy's name Jonah?
No.
Because that would just be irony to the nth degree. And I haven't seen the video. Was it on the link that you had?
Yes.
Please tell me it was POV camera footage.
No.
No, it was not. That's too bad. I could have really got behind that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does it say? Briefly swallowed. Well, if
Right.
the guy's still alive, yeah, obviously briefly.
Yeah.
Okay, so the guy's name was Adrian Simonakis. All right, not Jonah. That's unfortunate.
No.
That would have been funny. And they have to point out, engulfing Adrian and his yellow kayak.
Right.
Do whales prefer certain colors?
Now, humpback whales, they don't eat people.
Right.
But, like, of course, it spit them out because that whale's not having any of that.
He can be heard on the video saying, stay calm to his son. Well, yeah, I bet that's the edited version of that. I would have been saying something a little more specific.
Yeah, I think his son was the one recording it.
Okay, there you go.
I think is what happened.
Described the terror of those. Yeah, I fucking guessed the terror of those few seconds.
Now, humpback whales are gigantic, right?
Humpback whales are big.
If I saw one coming at me and I was on a kayak, I'd probably shit myself.
I suspect he didn't know it was under them. They can hold their breath for quite a long time. And if they are coming up underneath something, which would usually be fish or krill or something like that,
Right.
come out from below.
Right.
They don't loop in and attack things normally. So but that's a strange thing for him to come up. He must have been over top of a school of something that the whale was trying to get.
Okay. So Dell was saying stay calm. It was his son that got ate.
Okay.
Adrian is his son.
Oh, okay, with
Dell
his
was
father. I
recording.
see it now. Okay. That's why he was saying stay calm to his son. Okay. I get it. That's crazy. So he captured this video. He could have captured a video of his son getting eaten by a humpback
Right.
whale. How do you explain that to the mother?
No.
So
God,
you know those kayaks you're mad I spent all that extra money on Christmas? Well, turns out you're right. Bad
It
idea.
was a horrible idea.
Yeah. Where's Adrian? Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good one, man. I like that a lot.
Let's just be happy that it didn't drag him under water too far.
Right.
Before
No,
spitting him out.
thank God Adrian lived through that. That's not good, man.
Poor guy. He's never getting in a kayak again.
Oh, you want to talk about never go back in the water? Forget
Yeah.
Jaws. Like that kid bathes now in like tubs and pools. He's
Yep.
never going back in the ocean
No,
again.
fuck
Like,
that.
no. Like that's crazy talk. I will say I've never seen a person or anything obviously get eaten by a whale. I was in the harbor back home one time and going across in a boat. You can see the schools of fish go crazy when whales are coming up from underneath. Because they're trying to get away, right?
Oh, sure.
I saw a seagull that was on top of the water trying to get a fish eaten by a whale once.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if same thing, you spit it out. I don't know what you know about whales. Baleen whales, the ones that just get all the food in their mouth and then they just filter out the water and swallow everything extra.
Oh, okay.
I would assume a seagull is small enough that they probably just swallowed it. Might have spit it out, maybe.
But
I just remember like the people on board going, "Oh my God, check it out." And then the kind of horror from the few people who didn't realize like, "Oh no, the seagull's fucked too." Like, yeah.
Right.
Welcome to nature, bitches. Oh, I like that one, man.
Shit.
That's good. Unfortunately, not all the news is great.
Right.
I got to find the one here. At this point, people have probably already heard this terrible helicopter plane collision.
Right.
And see here, I was going to say this later, folks. I have just so many tabs open for this episode. I am trying. There it is. Okay, so obviously it was a American Airlines flight and a Black Hawk helicopter that crashed into one another. A terrible loss of life on both sides.
67 people.
67 people total. They're still investigating what could have possibly happened with this helicopter. People are saying, why isn't there radar? How is there nobody paying? I mean, they're changing things every other day, that there was 2 people in the traffic control tower. Now they're saying there was 5. They were saying it's some sort of night vision exercise from the Black Hawk. Man, this day and age, how does that happen?
Yeah, I mean, it says right here that she was Captain Rebecca Labach, 28, was the pilot and undergoing her annual night flying evaluation. She had over 450 hours of flight time, which is impressive. I mean, that is a chunk. And yeah, if you're gonna, wouldn't you advise the airport that you're flying within range? Don't the tower know?
Doesn't everybody talk to? Isn't everybody on radar? That's what I'm saying here. Like let's assume everyone involved in this. And again, what a tragedy and lost life. Like no blame to anybody, but these are all trained professionals. It sounds like this is a highly trained helicopter pilot. Yeah. I'm sure the airline pilot was as well, right?
Right.
All the safety systems we have in place, and you flew across the flight path of oncoming landing traffic. Like, just logistically, it seems like something they wouldn't let them ever do.
Right.
Like, I thought helicopters weren't even supposed to cross those paths regardless. But yeah, this is a terrible thing. And I think I read here, I'm trying to find it, no matter who was on either of these flights, I think it was a bunch of figure skaters, a whole team of figure skaters that were on the American Airlines flight. I mean, of all the groups, it may as well have been puppies.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? What a shame. Like, yeah, that's sad. I hope they're able to recover everybody from the emergency response there. And that one's just like, yeah, these won't be sad, folks. We tried to look at a lot of, unfortunately, 28 members of the U.S. figure skaters, athletes, coaches, family members. Oh, what a shame.
Right.
Oh, my God. And we take so many flights. I know everybody says it's the most safe way you can travel statistically.
Right.
But I mean,
here recently, the fucking planes haven't been doing so goddamn good. Doors flying off.
Doors flying off, right? Like, yeah, no, it's not good. And then they go through all the trouble of telling you that whole flight safety thing before the flight. Yeah, putting my head between my knees sure going to help when a Black Hawk runs into the side of the plane.
Right. Look, here's how I figure I'm going to play it out. Right. I'm going to, if I am on a plane and it is going down and I have more time than what these poor folks had, I'm going to start calling everybody I hate.
Yeah, it's the Shane Gillis bit, man. You don't call the people you love.
No.
Yes, call people you hate and tell them everything you really thought of them over all the years.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, I know I haven't talked to you in a while, but I just wanted to mention I never really told you out loud. I always thought you were a real cunt. Like,
yeah, you're a real piece of shit.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
And I tell you what, if you have a problem with me, I'm going to be landing here soon. You fucking come find me.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll have no trouble finding my spot, not to be too dark, right? But you'll know where I'm at. Like, yeah, feel free to come as close as you want.
We make light in order to make light of bad situations.
Yeah, satire, folks, satire.
It was a horrible, horrible thing that happened. And when I saw it come up in my feed, I'm all like, what the actual fuck?
Right.
Like, how is that possible?
Shame, man.
It's horrible.
Yeah, shame. What do we got next?
I want to talk about this one that you had because this really intrigues me. This one you found, and for everybody, fourth wall break, I can see the links that Jason posted. January 6th, the board game. Let's talk about this for a goddamn minute.
Okay, January 6th, the board game. So this is from NPR.org. I love this. So the tagline is, "Welcome to the fight for America." So there's 20 people here in Brooklyn. They play a large-scale war game. So think of like Risk or Dungeons and Dragons. It's supposed to be based on January 6th.
A short board game?
According to this, so they have two teams apparently, red team and a blue team, engage in activities of various things. Let's try to get in and take over. They have a whole board. You can see the photos if you go down, right?
There's the picture.
Yeah,
that is a full, like, to scale picture of the White House, or model.
They play all their roles. There's a team that's the blue team and red team. One team is supposed to be the insurrectionists. One team is supposed to be guarding the dignitaries. It is fucking hilarious to me that somebody thought this was going to be good. Now, they even say in the article that someone thought this was actually a joke when he was assigned to the team, and then all of a sudden said, no, I am absolutely in. We have to try this. People are doing this. They are developing a home game. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, in the realm of Trump coin and all the things that have happened, this might be right up there with Monopoly one of these days.
Wow.
If anybody sees it at a store or online at a good price, send it to us. Please, we'll get some friends together. We'll play it. I'll put the video up on the internet.
Oh my God, man. This is so funny.
A social event like this that finds its way into the zeitgeist and made an actual game. There's dice, there's mini painted figures holding up Stop the Steal signs and Truth for Trump signs.
Oh my God, this is funny.
I fucking love people's imagination. See if we can take over the Capitol and find Vice President Mike Pence.
They're throwing bike racks.
Right.
The end game. There is a siren. The U.S. Capitol has been breached by the red team. We're corralled over a second game board where we search for Mike Pence, and unlike on January 6th, the red team finds him.
Right.
Oh.
The replica that they made of the Capitol for their first version, which they did play on January 6th, the inaugural game started on January 6th. The replica that they use is 14 feet long.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's gigantic.
Yeah, I'm going to save some of these photos, folks. You got to see this. Look it up. January 6th, the board game.
Oh my God.
Think Dungeons and Dragons and NASCAR.
You notice, I want you to look at that board game. I want you to look at, there is lights inside of the building.
Oh yeah, no. Somebody built a really nice scale model of this.
Somebody's got, dude, I need that kind of time in my life to be able to do something like this.
To be so committed to an idea like this, which we can admit, pretty radical idea.
Right.
And then to take the time and the scale. And don't get me wrong, beautiful model.
Yeah.
Whoever took time to do it, it looks really, really great. Oh,
columns, the freaking architecture is spot on.
Right. With 3D printing now, it's not people carving pieces out of whatever they would have done. I never did any modeling. I assume it's out of plastic or wax or things sometimes, right? Clay, maybe wood even, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, with 3D printing now, I mean, it's quite amazing what they did.
The detail is amazing.
But that's
crazy.
That's so funny for me. They're throwing bike racks. I love it. Yeah. Look at when you see this photo, folks, if you look off to the left-hand side, John, if you're still looking at it, do you see all the roles of the little people they have getting ready to put into place there?
Oh, shit, yeah.
Behind that balding guy and the lady. Yeah. Those are all the characters that you can add when you get certain roles. You get certain more people on your team, more insurrectionists. You have to roll to get into certain locations.
Dude, the one I like, did you see the announcer? Did you see what the announcer looked like of the game?
No.
Like the iconic Uncle Sam picture.
Top hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just found that. Oh my God, the
they
beard.
Went all out, man.
They really got together. Together we resist tyranny, they were being said. Our mission is to find Mike Pence. All right, so here, the rules real quick. Okay, I didn't know the rules were in here.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah, so the basic rules, not all of them. Okay, so each player has a character card depicting a real person who's at the Capitol, which is nice. That's a good touch.
Okay.
I hope they have the guy with the horns and everything. There was like the Viking-looking guy that was on there.
Yeah.
So every time you roll a dice, I think, what would Joe do? Simple plan. Okay, so it's just pure aggression. I think it keeps the Oath Keeper stretch. Oh, these guys are just crazy. Winning is everything. Yeah. We repeat. We attack. Oh, I love it. Every now and then, one of the game masters will hand someone a card to give them advantage, like tear gas, or a tweet will come on screen, and suddenly one of the teams gets a morale boost and extra troops is reinforced. I absolutely love this. I would definitely play this game. Oh, if you stroll down a little further, they even have little riot cops in little masks.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff. Yeah. I love
the
this.
shield masks.
Yeah, so the end
Big
game,
ass
like
batons.
you said, siren. Oh, that's really great. Some of the team cheers hang Mike Pence. I love it. This is absolutely fantastic. I'm definitely putting these photos up, I promise, folks. I know I say that a lot. Don't put things up, but these ones are going up for sure.
Yeah, they're going to be on our blog. That's for sure, dude. Holy shit.
That's fucking hilarious. All right, man. What do you got next?
Oh, God. I picked that one. You picked the next one.
Okay. Well, this one's been a lot, so I want to this one might take a few minutes here. Doge. Doge. Okay, so Doge is off to a good start, yes or no? Listen, buddy, I called it, I think, sort of. It's not exactly perfect, but I think I called this in our episode on AI when I said, this episode number 36, by the way, if you haven't listened to that one, folks, that if they want to use AI correctly, start pointing it towards some of these government officials and agencies and things. So Doge, for people who don't know, that's the Department of Government Efficiency, Elon Musk, etc. Buddy, there has been first of all, they're suing not only Elon Musk, but Doge, because the amount of layoffs that have come from this, what they're calling a task force.
Yep.
So as an example, okay, so and this was when, okay, so this was 2 days ago as far as this recording. So when you hear it, might be a couple weeks old. They pointed this at the Department of Housing and Urban Development. They call it the HUD. Revealed $1.9 billion of their budget were covered on Friday of misplaced funds used during the last administration, were earmarked for financial services that were not used for that.
Yep.
That's their first and so far one of their most successful things they've looked at. This has been pissing people off because there have been so many people that are looking at losing their jobs.
Yeah, but I want you to also realize what it says kind of right after what you just read. Yeah. HUD launched its own task force
because
to review how the agency is spending taxpayer money.
And that's what I was going to get to here. Dude, they have to do this proactively now because they don't want
the
outside third party to come in and catch them. They want to say, no, we reviewed our own things and found they're just trying to cover their... Man, here's the deal, right? I hate to see anybody losing their jobs, and with this stuff, I mean, the IRS is going to get hit. They were showing that one already.
Yeah,
that's probably 15,000 people might be up for losing their jobs. But listen, this is middle management on top of middle management for years now. They've been living off the fat of the land all this time.
Yeah.
Some of these people, as though tragic to lose long-term jobs, they had to know this was going to happen. Right. You knew there was 10 people doing the same job as you.
Yep. And let's not forget. People, you got to fucking realize this is not the first time that this has happened. The only difference is we've got somebody that came in as supposed to be a consultant and not a government official doing this. So the last time this happened was during Clinton and Gore. They put in a 5-year plan. They called it NIGO. I'm almost half
New Intermental
Government Operations.
Yeah, overview.
Like something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So they came in. Now we're seeing a different generation. And guess what wasn't around during Clinton? Social media.
Right.
So you're seeing more of this. People are getting more outraged. But remember, this is not the first fucking time that this has happened. And frankly, we can use it for the love of God.
Right. Yeah, like AI and scare taxes. So, I mean, there's a state attorney general that wants to order Musk, and this is a quote, order Musk to say whether he used agency data to train any of the algorithmic models they used to train. Yeah, of course they did, you dumbass.
Of course.
Yeah, you don't want him to have access because you're terrified he's going to turn that gun on you.
Right.
Or that tool on you, I guess I should say.
And he should.
Yeah. Like,
in my own personal opinion, absolutely, because this is what our money is going to.
Right.
If you guys think that the government is funded by anything but your taxpayers' dollars, you're wrong.
Yeah. Like, where do you think they're getting the money? Like, it's your money.
Be mad. Be mad that whenever they find $1.9 million.
Billion with a B.
billion?
Billion with a B.
$1 billion that were just sitting around, be pissed.
Yeah.
Be pissed. It's okay to be pissed.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's a big number, right? And I mean, I get it. It's not a new idea, but it's a new look at it. And with social media and AI and algorithms now to be able to track some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Right now, there's a bunch of stuff coming out about U.S. aid. It sounds like U.S. aid's going to have a lot of people are going to have a lot of explaining to do. I'm hoping by the time this is released that we could record a little quick update, because that one sounds like it might be in the hundreds of billions of dollars of just hidden, wasted, dark money that got just paid to people.
Yep. Man, every time I hear more about of like programs that they're canceling and shit, and they're racking up millions and millions and millions of dollars, and just all I can think about is, okay, let's talk money laundering for a fucking hot minute.
Right.
Like, that's what you're using my money for? Really? To find out if bubble wrap is a stress relief?
Right.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes. Yeah. That if we knew half the stuff money was being spent on, it'd be a riot tomorrow, I'm sure. But we talk about it all the time.
Here's I'll save money. It is. Go buy some bubble wrap and just sit there and pop a single bubble.
You're not wrong. We've all done that. If you haven't, next time you get a bubble wrap gift, just sit down, pop a bunch of those. You will feel better about yourself.
Yeah. And if you're really aggravated, you grab a handful of it and give a good twist.
Yes. Before we move on here, I do want to just say, though, as far as the Doge thing and everything goes, if this were anybody but Elon Musk, I don't know that the outrage would be quite as direct as it is.
It wouldn't be if it was a government official doing it.
Right.
But frankly, can we trust a government official to do this job?
I agree we needed an outside citizen to spearhead this. I don't know if he was the best choice. He's smart. He's obviously efficient. He runs lots of... He's sending rockets into fucking space and catching them with chopsticks and shit. Like, he knows what's going on, right?
Yeah.
But he already had a not great public impression for a lot of people. Don't like him.
No.
He might not have been the greatest choice for this.
No, I'll agree with that. It could have been somebody else.
I think they could have found some other private citizen who ran some sort of consulting informational agency who had the right background. But then all those people are tied into all the Ivy Leagues and politics and families, and who do you pick?
Yeah,
right?
but so is he.
Right.
Like, he's buddies with all of them because he is, what, the richest man in the world now?
I'm pretty sure by a lot.
Yeah.
There might be a few of those sheiks and oil tycoons we don't know about, but I doubt it.
I doubt
that guy
it.
seemed like he got a few bucks in his pocket, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you got here about man suing Africans? Okay, what's this, buddy?
Okay. This gentleman, poor guy. Okay, this is where news gets a little dark sometimes, so bear with us. This poor fucker, he's suing a African safari company. Sues the U.S. company that booked an African safari for him and his wife because his wife was killed by a hippo. So,
I see the words guided walk here.
Guided walking safari.
A walk.
A walking safari
There
in
it is,
Africa.
buddy. That's why you picked this one. I got it.
Look, this poor lady, she was... Okay, hippos are massively aggressive and massively territorial.
Crazy fast if you don't know, folks.
And crazy fast. And crazy powerful.
Yeah.
Their jaws will crush you, which is what happened to this lady. A hippo ran up, grabbed her by her head and upper body, and crushed her. Right in front of everybody.
God bless this poor lady. That sucks.
And so this gentleman's suing the company saying, hey, you didn't protect us. Motherfucker, you were on a walking African safari. Walking, not in a car. Like...
So
I feel for you.
What basis is he suing
on? Basically, they didn't protect them as they were supposed to, as they said they were going to. They did have an armed guy. One of the guides was an armed protection agent with a rifle, but didn't do anything with it while they were getting attacked.
So just not adequate protection, adequate supervision.
Right. Right.
Oh, man, that lady was just excited about bringing photos back of petting an elephant in the wild.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
How much do you want to bet this is another one of those Sturgis Rally bison problems where she tried to go pet the hippo and that's being not put in here?
I hate to talk ill of the dead, buddy. That's kind of my MO. But again, like I said, I've seen so many of the videos where they'll like chase boats or
Yeah.
boat and
Dude,
swimming. They're so fast. It's crazy.
Insane.
Yeah, you see one and go, oh, it looks like a sort of just quiet little big fat thing lumbering around. No, they're big and they're aggressive and
they're fast. And look, she was 70 years old. She could be fit, but she ain't outrunning a hippo.
right.
Like,
Let's return. Yeah, I'm just trying to filter through this article quick. Well, yes, and safaris are in the lawsuit, which does not mention that the person who's there with the rifle. African safaris are inherently dangerous activities. Well, no shit, Sherlock.
right.
That's not great. That came from who? That was from the AP News. All
AP,
right,
yep,
there you go, man.
yep.
Wow, what a shame for that lady. But note to self, folks, if you're going to go on a walking tour in the safari, you've got to know things are probably have a chance to go sideways.
Yeah, it's an African safari full of wild animals. Guess what? They ain't in a zoo.
No, you're definitely out in the open for that. That's not great, man.
You're in their territory.
Oh, that's
What do you
not
think
great.
it was going to work?
All right. Well, here, back on a little lighter note. Baltimore Ravens kicker, Justin Tucker, 7 more therapists have accused him now of sexual misconduct. I'm going to point out an important word there, folks. 7 more massage therapists have now accused this guy. So basically, here's what's going on. He has, allegedly, it's 7 more for a total of 16 therapists at 2 different locations in the greater Baltimore area. Between 2012 and 16 have made allegations against him just this last month. Things like displaying his genitals, brushing them, quote unquote, accidentally against the therapists, leaving some liquid residues of sorts on tables and sheets and things. This guy's just a creep who is looking for a rub and tug. Man, this guy's a kicker. He's not even like a super famous like linebacker or somebody. Like, stay in your lane, dude. Like, what are you doing? You think you're famous enough to go out there and pull shit like this?
Maybe that's what his deal was, is he knows he's not that fucking special and he was trying to be.
You might be onto something
I
there.
mean, I look at his face. He looks like a douchebag.
He does look like a creep. Now, I'm not going to give him credit. I'm going to give him a mild break here. Every time something like this happens, they don't find a good photo of these people looking like in church, like ultra nice family men. They always find the creepiest, most weird looking. It's like every serial killer doc, every killer murder doc. They find the worst, creepiest pictures of them and put those all over the internet, right?
Right.
Yeah, but this guy, the photo they've got him, he does look like he's getting ready to beat his wife or something. It's not a great photo.
No.
Yeah,
No.
so this, yeah. He says the claims, his lawyers say the claims are utterly baseless. But man, this guy faced the exact same stuff, like I said, by 9 other people last January.
Yeah, I mean, is this a moment of the Me Too shit, or look, 9 times out of 10, there's usually something behind it.
With this many people, okay, I get what you're saying. Is there a pile on here, maybe? Sure. Is that possible those things happen? I'm not willing to say, or I'm not going to say that no, they don't ever happen, but not 16 people. That seems like a lot of folks to just be, yeah.
I mean,
now, some of the quotes from the people who made the allegations make a lot of sense. Really degrading, for example, makes a lot of sense to me. Another said, I can't watch sports anymore. I see his face everywhere. Okay, you're a therapist in a spa, massage therapist in a spa. You've seen genitals before.
right.
Was there something maybe messed up with them? Like it disturbed her or whatever? Like,
Yeah, but also, I mean, the allegations are pretty close to the same that, the fucking quarterback, Deshaun Watson, in 22 faced.
Right.
And there's 24 women in that case.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I think you never being able to watch sports again seems like you could have made another. I think it affected this lady's life in a worse way than the fact that she don't get to watch football on Sundays because she keeps seeing his face. Like, do you know what I mean?
then watch a different game.
Yeah, watch a different sport. Like,
Don't ruin the sport for yourself because of this douche twat.
Yeah,
Like,
that seems like a pretty weak thing to be quoted on
just
saying there.
don't be a person that watches the Ravens.
Yeah. So the article does say that the NFL will look into the matter. Obviously considers it a serious issue from the league commissioner, Roger Goodell, who, off topic, is always kind of a douchebag myself. The Ravens organization obviously takes it very seriously. And then they go on to talk about some things he did in his career. We're not going to give him any extra kudos there. But yeah, that's when I saw that one come up, the word, it's always the little words for me in like headlines and stuff that come up that always, the word more got me in this.
Yeah.
7 more people?
7 more.
It reminded me a lot of, the comedian who was drugging ladies. Oh my God.
I don't know.
From the Jello pudding pop commercials.
Oh,
Why am I drawing a blank? Sorry, folks. I don't know why my brain it's right in the tip of my tongue is deleting right now. It reminded me of like Bill Cosby. Thank you. Bill Cosby. Yeah. It reminds me a lot of this Bill Cosby thing where like more, like
more and more
dude,
and more.
It's going to be real hard for you to protect yourself and argue this point when people just keep coming out of the work going, oh yeah, that guy, now I saw his face. Yeah, I didn't know he was a kicker because who knows how the Baltimore Ravens kicker is other than his own mother probably. Like
right.
Once they found that out, they're like, oh, that wasn't just some creep. Like not good, buddy.
I mean, yeah, people are going to want to take advantage of the situation any chance they can. I mean, really, but
it's not 16 people taking advantage. Even if that was 1 or 2, that guy sounds like he's being an awful creep when he goes in to get a massage.
Yeah, I mean, how many massages are you get? Well, no, I guess NFL players do get a lot of massages. But they do get a lot of muscle work done.
You're telling me they don't have people on staff from an NFL organization to do that? Of course they do. That just, if I was on the jury, that proves, if it goes to a trial or a jury or whatever, that proves to me this guy was being a creep because he couldn't do that with a therapist on staff.
Right.
He was going to a couple local spots in the area.
Right.
Getting his creep vibe out.
And trying to get a what is that? Good ending or whatever.
Happy ending. Happy ending.
Fucking douche twat.
Yeah, that's fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
And we are talking about stuff from the news here. You had something here about the AP.
Yeah, so the AP, so recently we all know that the good old President Trump, and I say that with a little bit of disdain. It is what it is. I don't like any of the politicians. But he renamed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
Listen, I got to tell you, man, I love it. I think it's a funny power move from Trump.
So there's been a couple of news outlets that are all like, no, like we're not going to follow your lead on that one. It's the Gulf of Mexico. So AP took that stance, right? And the AP is the Associated Press. And I have it on fairly good authority that the AP is one of the only news outlets that can't be bought. Okay.
You would have to think the Associated Press would be pretty good about that, yeah.
Knowing somebody that used to work directly with them on PR matters, they can't be bought. So the deal is they're all like, well, no, like it's going against our First Amendment right to force us into this when it's not an actual legal thing. So the bodies of oceans and the continents and stuff like that, they're all controlled by a worldwide organization because of maps. They want maps to sync. Okay. So the worldwide organization told Trump, yeah, you can go ahead and do that, but we ain't going to change our maps. So everybody that's in the US on your device, whether you're Apple or Google and Apple have both gotten behind the president. It says Gulf of America on your maps when you look. But the AP said, no, we're not going to do it. So what did they do? So what did the administration do? They said, okay, fine. If you're not going to do that, you're not going to be included in having direct access to the president and stuff like that. So they actually banned him from, I think, Air Force One and another thing.
That's great. They can't keep him out of the White House, the press office, though, can they?
They can in certain situations.
Okay.
Right. So they're literally telling these people, this news outlet, hey, if you're not going to follow us, if you're not going to be on our team, we're not. Look, that is a violation of the people's First Amendment rights
that they have been touting this whole time.
Exactly.
Is very,
That's their big thing,
my
right?
map on my phone does say the Gulf of America, by the way. I just had to check it out. You're right.
So does mine. Yours is an iPhone. Mine's a Google. Mine says Gulf of America.
The Gulf of America. I love it.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, so that's the deal that I found interesting about this, because that's their big fucking deal, right? That's what this administration's all about, is transparency and First Amendment rights and censorship and da-da-da. And then they do that.
Yeah. But not when you disagree with me.
Right.
Wait, what?
Oh, okay. So
yeah. Same business, new business, same as the old business. I love it, man. If you don't mind, buddy, I'd like to end on a fun one here for us.
Absolutely. What you got, man?
Now, I was already cursorily aware of this guy, but I wanted to add a little more clout and a little more notice about what he's doing. Are you familiar with Adam Kruger? He's the chief meteorologist at the CW39 in Houston. They call him Weather Adam.
No.
I know when I tell you what he does, it might dawn on you. If it hasn't come across your social media yet, folks, it will probably soon. He takes lyrics from songs and randomly works them into his weather broadcasts, and it is hilarious.
Oh, no shit.
Hip hop, heavy metal, doesn't matter. He just finds pieces out of it and uses them in the order that they are in the songs and works them phonetically into his. It is.
Oh, you got to send me a video of that.
I'll send you some of it. We'll pull it up online. It is absolutely hilarious. It makes me laugh every single time I do it. And I bring it up because he now has, and it's not his offshoot, but the person who started doing this this other social media event got the idea from him doing that. There's also a couple of bands now that I believe are both in the United States who will find a funny image or video on the internet that gets bombarded with comments. So, for example, a lady recently, she's talking about whatever it is in her video, and they pause it at a certain moment, and she has a gigantic wide mouth. And all the comments are funny things about this lady's wide mouth. And then the band goes on, plays, it's usually heavy metal, and
makes the songs all the comments.
And just sings the comments in order,
Yep.
no matter what they are, you got to look those up, folks. It's so funny. And this lady specifically, like the stuff they say, and then to hear it sung with musical accompaniment is fantastic.
I've seen that one. That is great.
Those ones make me laugh. As much as the news and the internet, as we always say, is an absolute train wreck, you can still find some humor on this.
Yeah, be careful what you click on. But,
yes.
And
be careful what you take to be the truth.
Yeah, because most of it isn't.
Yeah, just because you can write it down, don't make it the case. I got to admit, between the Kayaker getting swallowed, which I can't wait to see the video for that. I'm going to look that up. The AP being banned from Air Force One is really great too. But the January 6th board game, I got to tell you, man, I find that one pretty funny.
Those are fucking great.
Yeah. If they make a commercial version of that, I'm not saying anything. I don't support anything that happened on January 6th, and I don't stop anybody from using their constitutional rights to do whatever they want. But I think it'd be funny to take that board game, and I can think of a couple of our friends who would love to sit down and play that. Game, who'd be excited when it showed up. I can think of several right off the top of my head. Yeah. All right, you got anything else, buddy?
I don't, my man.
All right, that was fun today. Just something different here, folks. Calling this In the News, Volume 1. Unfortunately, you'll have to forgive me. I'm going to start wrapping us up here by saying I wish I could remember who suggested this. But when we do the next version, I will definitely shout you out. And if I remember in the meantime, we'll try to stitch it in here as a shout out for you. So,
absolutely.
But good idea, whoever came up with that.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for listening again from the West Side Job Trailer this week. John and I are really happy you took at least one more week to listen through to the end. Helps our algorithm out a lot. As always, if you want to become a guest, check out the Be a Guest tab on our website. Please support this growing little podcast with the Buy Us a Beer app there. Reach out on social medias. Tell us if you found some good news articles you'd like to hear us talk about, or just DM us. Any interaction is great. If you have any ideas of your own of things you'd like to hear us talk about, please keep that coming our way. And other than that, buddy, don't let me forget.
You're not forgetting anything, man. You can shoot us a text directly at 507-607-ISAW. That's 507-607-4729.
That's right, yes. And we do get back to you fairly quickly on that, too. So,
yeah.
And that can be anything. That could be comment about it, but also We're on all the social media platforms that matter, in our opinion.
And if you've got something to say to one of us that wants to bust our chops, say it there.
Yeah.
We both get that.
Yeah, we'll put it out there. Don't worry. We're not proud. You can say even like, what are you doing? Stop wasting your time with this shit-ass podcast. We will bring it up. Don't worry. Right. Yeah, we're not proud at all. So yeah, anything you got to say, any ideas you have, we really appreciate all the ongoing support. And as always, remember until next week, be safe and that your work keeps the world working.
Slancha, my man.
Slancha, man. Cheers.